All right, welcome to the New Music Podcast. We got your two regular jackoffs from upstate New York. My name is Patrick.
And I'm Kyle.
Let's fucking get it. It has been what a week.
Oh yeah.
What a week. Yeah, so if you're new to the podcast, give us a like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you are you spank that fucking bell button. Crowd kill the fuck out of it so you don't miss a fucking beat. You want to know what's going on with the music industry? We got you. But how you been, Kyle? How's your week been?
It's been fucking wild.
How's Walmart treating you?
I don't want to talk about that shithole.
All right. Shall we dive straight into the news then, my friend?
Might as well.
All right. So last week we wanted to talk about this, but I think we kind of forgot about it in the midst of everything that was going on last week. It was kind of a shocking week for last week, but the drummer of the Hopewell Furnace had CJ McCreary on his stories, and they were hanging out, sharing a lot of pictures, talking with a lot of people about what's going on with CJ right now. And that's kind of the first time that CJ has been kind of out in the open since the whole thing started with him. And so I do think that it was kind of interesting seeing a lot of positive response on CJ's behalf. I'm not really sure how I feel about that, but it was still, I don't know.
I mean, there was. Well, obviously, they're not going to shit on his page or Jimmy's page. They're just going to they're going to send all the positive vibes. But on Facebook, on the other hand, on like different
like Facebook groups and shit,
yeah,
like people were pissed. But there was a very interesting tidbit that I noticed that I wanted to make sure didn't get lost in that mess, which is that he plans on releasing a statement very soon. And I don't know what that statement could be. Like, they left it pretty open-ended, but there was something being there. I guess there's something happening, but it looks like overall it was just that they like went to some sort of like a creek and hung out.
It was like a creek and like a mill, something of a mill or construction. So I don't know. It was, I don't know. I didn't even recognize him at first. Like,
he does look a little different, right? That's not just me.
it wasn't even that. It was just because I haven't seen him in the media in such a long time, and I'm like, man, that guy looks familiar. And then, like, as soon as they showed the picture of them both, like, pulling their shirts up, and I was like, I know that fucking white cross on their chest anywhere. I know exactly who the fuck that is.
Yeah, he's got a very distinctive couple of tattoos, especially the one on his face right here. But, dude, it that was wild to see that. I wanted to make sure that didn't get lost. Apparently, there was some interesting music playing over police radio.
Oh.
Very interesting choices. We had, let's see if it'll actually work for me. We're trying something new here. Bear with us. Yeah, we got a metal injection article. Robert Pasbani decided to tell us that breaking the law was played over the radio for New York City police officers. What would you think if you were a cop and you heard that over the radio?
I honestly don't know. I'd be kind of curious of what the fuck is going on.
So, I read ahead a little bit on this article, and they're stolen radios apparently. So it says that the protests in New York City aren't just on the streets; they're seemingly in the police radios. The last few days, as police aggressively acted on peaceful protesters, there have been no reports for looting. There have been no reports of looting for days. Some protesters began stealing police radios in an act of protest when jamming with music. One such song was Breaking the Law. So that's cool. Loudwire points out that the Twitter account USA Protests revealed last night that around 9:13 local time, a stolen radio was playing the Judas Priest classic. As we go a little bit further, we see other songs over police radios across the country include the obvious choice of NWA, which I had another article lined up for that as well. Apparently that was an anonymous hack. But yeah. Let's see here. Wesley Willis on Chicago Police Radio. The Chicago Police Radio is being hacked and Chocolate Rain is playing. No fucking way.
Yes, dude.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes, dude. I need that in my life.
I didn't know I needed a beer for this podcast until that. Fuck me, man.
That's amazing.
That is absolutely great. So that's the end of that article.
Fuck yeah.
If you know of anything else that came over the speakers or any police radio, please drop it in the comments below or send us an email to the newmusicpodcast@gmail.com. We would love to hear about it. That's fucking fantastic, though.
I didn't know Chocolate Rain. That's amazing. That one's a banger.
Okay. Even though all that shit's going on, if you're a cop and like imagine yourself as like a genuinely good cop going through all this shit. All right. And I know there's a lot of people out there that think all cops are bad. I mean, come on, let's be real. Not all cops are bad. But still, like, imagine you're like having a really bad day because of all this shit going on. You hear that shit come over your fucking police radio. You can't not laugh at that.
I'd be like, am I dead? What's going on here?
Yes, you are dead. That is exactly what's going on. This is hell, and you're going to hear Chocolate Rain for all of eternity.
Damn, dude.
For the first day, I don't think I'd be pissed, but I think every day after the first day, I'd be a little bit pissed about it.
I'd be like, eh.
Fucking A. So, as expected, we're going to talk about the Black Lives Matter movement. That's all anybody is fucking talking about this week. And so, if you are a white guy who doesn't know how they're going to help out in these troubling times, we got a couple of methods for how you can support the Black Lives Matter movement. I think the obvious one is donating to George Floyd's family. Like, that's kind of just a given. Definitely make your donation over there. I put a link in the last episode. I'll put another link in the description for this episode. One of my favorites right now is the Slay at Home movement. That's pretty freaking cool if you ask me.
Yeah.
Now, at first I thought this was just going to be some one-off YouTube videos that, you know, they were just going to throw together. I saw a couple of these covers and they were pretty cool.
Yeah. Also worked really good.
It looks like they're doing these videos in a similar way to how we do the podcast, which is over these Zoom calls.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, like, what kind of difficulties or like adversities they're kind of going through to make this happen, because you got to imagine there's things like lag and shit like that going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mental Injection. This is a by Frank Godla, but I'm gonna call him Frankie because fuck it. I'm extremely happy to report the Stay at Home Festival was successful all around, with over 30 curated performances right from artists' home, cover collaborations, commission, and music debuted for the first time. The metal community collectively came together for a new experience and walked away being exposed to amazing new artists while supporting two great charities in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. So that's fucking sick. They're actually kind of making it all inclusive. That face is kind of throwing it off for me though a little bit.
I saw that face a little bit.
Yeah. As the festival was airing, protests began all over the country seeking justice for the vicious murder of George Floyd, as we all know, and spawned united uprise around the world to support the Black Lives Matter, the Black community in their ongoing struggle for civil rights. I still can't get over that fucking random ass shit right there.
Love it.
If you're listening to this in audio format, it was just a really weird ad about Joyce DeWitt. Okay, whatever. And moving on.
Whatever.
The Slay at Home Festival. The Slay at Home Festival. That's a weird concept to call it a festival.
Yeah.
Was built on the spirit of charitable giving and doing the right thing in the metal music community. Now, just in time for Bandcamp Day tomorrow, you can purchase brand new music from the 4 commissioned groups who took part in the festival with the release of Slay at Home charity compilation EP, where 100% of the proceeds will go towards Black Lives Matter Foundation. Pretty fucking sick. And I think that it's important to mention that Bandcamp is also giving 100% of the like before, if you bought something on Bandcamp, a percentage of it went to Bandcamp, whereas now 100% of it is going to the bands, which is fucking cool. If you want to support bands, that's a great way to do that right now. It looks like the charity EP will include 4 amazing tracks available for the first time ever. Really hype that shit up. So Pallid Veil by Luck LeMay. I don't think I'm familiar with that song at all. But you got Gorguts, Dave Davidson, Revocation, Liam Wilson, the Dillinger Escape Plan / Zusa, Elliot Hoffman of Carbomb. So we also have Digital Ink by Ben Weinman. I don't think I know any of these fucking songs, except you might know At Night by Stone Sour. Yeah, Digital Ink is by Ben Wyman, the Dillinger Escape Plan / Suicidal Tendencies, Billy Reimer of the Dillinger Escape Plan / End, and Brian Sullivan of Thought Crimes.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about this to me is that, like, because, you know, we're both kind of like centralized around like metalcore and deathcore, is that we are kind of discovering some of these new artists and new songs that we probably haven't heard of because of this. So that's another cool side to it. It says that you can purchase the Slay at Home charity compilation here for $5 or more, all for a great cause. Yeah, that was fucking cool.
Yeah, I enjoy that. Everything's going to the cause. I love it.
Which is how it should be.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And next up, we've got Cans for Bands.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I've been drinking Liquid Death like 2 or 3 cans a day lately. I don't know what it is. I think I just really like water from a can. I don't know why, but I do.
I mean, stay hydrated. Right?
I'm staying hydrated. Before this, the only other beer I've had was 2 episodes ago. So this shit's helping me kind of stay more sober, even though it's kind of, I don't know, I'm still smoking weed almost every day, so whatever. Still feel better not to be drinking every day. But about this, we got Liquid Death donating 50% of proceeds from sales at Whole Foods to bands. So I think that's pretty fucking cool. The Canned Water Company put out a death metal album about how much people hate them. What? I didn't know about that.
Me either.
Apparently they're hated. Anyway, and is just very good at marketing in general. Has teamed up with Whole Foods to do something good. Whole Foods will donate 50% of every purchase of Liquid Death at their stores to bands who can no longer tour due to COVID-19. So they're just going to be shelling out cash left and right. Jesus Christ with these ads. Now you guys know what me and Kyle are talking about when we're going through these articles, and it's like these fucking ads.
Ridiculous.
Don't stop. So if you're shopping and you see a case of Liquid Death, grab one. I'll tell you right now, I think they're like, by me, they're like $14 a box for 12 cans of water. Most people would pay that for beer. But anyway, for the next
yeah, you're right.
I won't even pay $10 for a 6-pack, but for some reason
no, fuck that. No,
$14
for a 6-pack. Fuck no.
A 12-pack of water. I don't know what I'm doing, man. But hey, it's keeping plastic out of the water, which is the whole purpose of Liquid Death being what it is. But anyways, the statement that they put out reads, for the next few weeks, every time you buy Liquid Death at Whole Foods, they will donate 50% of the profits to struggling bands who can no longer tour because of COVID. Kill a thirst, help a band. That's fucking great.
I like it.
Thank you to them for supporting bands through their efforts. Hashtag Cancer Bands. Hashtag Liquid Death. Hashtag Whole Foods. Hashtag Converge. I didn't think they were trending. But yeah, that's pretty fucking cool if you ask me. All right. I found another article, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about this, but yeah, there's a lot of bands selling limited edition or like rare merch, pretty much as an active charity to Black Lives Matter, which I think is pretty fucking cool. That's a great move, as long as you're not one of the bands we will be talking about later in the show. So yeah, Code Orange, Every Time I Die, Creeper, and more are auctioning rare merch for Black Lives Matter. Alternative Press article by Joe Smith Englehart. I like this picture they chose too. I don't know who any of the people in the picture are, but it's very aesthetic. Numerous bands, including Every Time I Die, Code Orange, Turnstile, Vane, and Creeper, are auctioning and raffling rare merch items, with all the proceeds going towards Black Lives Matter movement, like I just said. The items are being auctioned with all bands donating proceeds to Act Blue, which is an organization splitting funds evenly between... I just noticed how far over that was. We're going to fucking fix that. You guys watching will understand what I'm talking about here. But anyway, these items are being auctioned with all bands donating proceeds to Act Blue, which is an organization splitting funds evenly between numerous bail funds, activist organizations, and more. Yeah. That's also another interesting article. The Fever 333 is demanding the music industry do more for Black Lives Matter. I don't know if he's paying attention or not. A lot of them are.
Yeah.
But I get wanting to do more. I do get that. Like, shit needs to get done, but at the same time, I don't have the answer for you, man.
Yeah.
Wish I did, though. Creeper are hosting their own auction, while the other 4 bands are doing a joint auction separately. So I don't know what about auctioning joints is going to help Black Lives Matter, but hey, at least somebody's getting high out of it. So.
It's probably just all the earnings are probably just going to go there. That's probably what it is.
I was just making a cannabis joke. That's all.
All right, thanks.
Love you. The English punk rock band are putting forward numerous stage-worn jackets, lyric sheets, pins, cassettes, vinyls, and more. Wait, are people actually going to buy cassettes?
I mean, people do. It just depends on the genre. I mean, there's still people buying black metal cassettes right now. And there's still, and death metal cassettes.
That's interesting. Because I know that the vinyl sales last year did better than CD sales, which, I mean...
Oh, yeah. I don't doubt it.
Saying I'm surprised would be a straight-up lie. But that's still pretty cool, though. With that said, Creeper posted to Instagram, today we are auctioning some very sentimental items to raise money for protesters in the Black Lives Matter movement. We stand with you. 100% of the money will be raised, or 100% of the money raised will be going here. And so there's that. Let's actually pull up some of these pictures here.
Ooh.
I like that. That's a fucking cool
sick.
jacket. That's a fucking cool jacket.
The fucking Mickey.
It was all your fault, and then you just got... Dude. It's cheesy, but just the right amount of cheesy.
I love it.
And there it is. The CD.
Vinyl.
Or is that a vinyl?
It's a vinyl.
Hard to tell. You're probably right, though.
Good vinyl.
I would hope so.
I hope too.
Well, Kellen Quinn thinks it's amazing.
Yeah.
That's got to mean something.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. Life is good now. The joint raffle between the 4 hardcore bands includes a bundle of very rare vinyl pressings, which, yeah, that was a vinyl there. Code Orange are contributing test press copies of Under Oath, or
underneath,
and Forever, while Every Time I Die are offering a Salem 7-inch. Turnstile are putting in a time and space test. Press 2 and Vane are giving an error zone test press. So that's kind of cool. Although I would hate to get a test press that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Most of the time, that kind of stuff is kept as like memorabilia. It's not really meant to actually be used, but still cool to have happening. One person will be taking home all of the vinyl, and a handful of others are receiving merch from one of the participating bands. Raffle tickets cost $10 and can be purchased. Yeah. The raffle has already brought in thousands of dollars and counting. If you'd like to make a donation directly to Act Blue, head here. So, yeah, go ahead and do that. God damn. And this was a couple days ago. This is 5 days ago now.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. Almost 18K raised so far, and that was 5 days ago. So, looks like we're just getting a bunch of tweets now that are just kind of more positive reinforcement. If you're looking for ways to donate and show support to the Black Lives Matter movement, as well as the protesters involved, there are many ways you can do so. The Minnesota Freedom Fund was previously looking for donations, but asked for a pause on donations on on June 2nd. They are directing people to help to reclaim the block list of organizations that could use support at this time. You can head here. Hold on while a random ad decides to pop up. Yeah. And then we have a whole bunch of links. I'm going to have to put this article itself into the description here because there's a lot of links, a lot of good links to where you can actually donate your support. So that was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
So everybody watching on YouTube, feel free to drop some comments. Let me know what you think of today's way of doing the episode. I'm not sure if that's how we're going to do it for YouTube from now on, but I'm having fun doing it this way. Kyle gets to sit around, doesn't have to worry about reading at a kindergarten level today.
Yay. I mean, I can.
You can read along.
Let's read along to the class.
Next up, we have a interesting article about Metal Sucks. Or about Metal Sucks, about Metallica.
Stupid shit.
This fucking shit right here. All right.
I'm getting a beer.
While Kyle's getting a beer, I'm going to read this headline.
I'm getting another one.
I'm going to read this headline. All right. I am the table. In quotations, I am the table. Excuse me. Metallica's James Hetfield now selling coffee tables that he's built. Now, I knew this man had some interesting hobbies outside of being in Metallica, but I had no idea that he was now Metabla. Metablica? Oh, God. That was cringy. Fuck me. And if we're going to talk about this, we kind of have to talk a little bit about how CJ from Die Artist Murder sold a table or was raffling off a table that he built. I don't know if he is going to actually do like an Etsy account for the tables that he's built, but I know CJ from Die Artist Murder made a table and raffled it off. I don't know much more about it other than that. But the standout moment of Metallica's collaboration with Lou Reed when James Hetfield started shouting that he was the table. So I guess
There's a lot of memes about that. There's a lot of memes about it.
Wasn't aware of this, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I don't don't know what it is, but Metallica's just never been one of those bands for me that like I follow really closely. But they
Yeah,
still are
man.
one of the largest band, probably the largest American band. But well, James has been sheltering at home like most of us, and decided to take up a hobby. So that's why he started making up coffee tables. Um,
Of
Now he'll
course.
be auctioning off these tables as part of a fundraiser raffle. During Shelter in Place, Metallica's own James Hetfield has used some of his time at home to hone a new creative outlet. He designed and built a set of homemade end tables with all the welding and woodwork happening from his own garage. We're raffling them off. One lucky winner will receive the set, signed and personalized by James. So blood, sweat, and signature on that table. Let's see here. Every $10 donation equals one entry, and all proceeds benefit. What's AWMH? Our work supporting the welding programs, Metallica School Scholars Initiative. Huh.
Didn't know
Contest
that.
ends June 30th. So, fuck. Here he is, the man himself, working on. That's a basic table. That's a really basic table.
Yeah.
But I
That's
mean,
like
if you're
something like I would like if I'd put that in front of the couch and use it as like a footstand. Like not even a table.
that doesn't look like it's a very like efficient table. But
It
to be
doesn't look
fair,
tall at
no,
all.
it goes like knee height.
Not even.
His knee height, not even.
It goes up to like his shin.
Let's see if oh, that's what that stands for. Hold up. Oh god. Instagram decided to show everything else. Let's see if that we can get that to
Thanks,
work again.
Instagram.
There we
There we
go.
go.
Thank you, Instagram. So apparently that's all within hands found it my hands. Jesus fucking all within my hands foundation. So I don't they look fucking tiny.
Yeah.
But that's it as far as that goes. I guess if you want to go buy a table, go buy a table.
Yeah, if you want to buy a shin high table, get it.
Fucking get it. Oh my god, man. So this is probably the part of the show we are the least excited about talking about, and that's that a lot of people are getting canceled this week. A lot.
Everyone.
If you've talked about black people at all, you've been canceled. No, apparently there's just a bunch of people that are just now being kind of called out for racial issues that, or just racial comments that they've made in the past, and it's just now catching up to them, which I think is kind of convenient because of the whole situation going right now. Like, let me see if I can pull this one up really quick. Fucking Wind Wakers, and I've never even heard of this band until today, but
Yeah.
apparently they're a metalcore outfit from Massachusetts. But they kick out their vocalist and now go on a hiatus over this.
Oh god.
Over they kick out vocalist Corey over previous posts deemed to be racially insensitive and or ignorant. Note, we've not seen them. As a result, the group has gone on an indefinite hiatus. After some troubling posts have been brought to our attention, we have decided to part ways with our vocalist Corey Prokowiu.
Sure.
That's my guess.
Sure.
Yeah. What are you doing, Kyle?
I'm just kind of chilling.
um,
Chilling.
it breaks our hearts to see this, and it in no way represents us as a band. We unequivocally denounce racism in every form, as one of us has been an outspoken advocate in the BLM movement. As such, it would be hypocritical of us to continue with Corey as our vocalist while simultaneously claiming support BLM. In addition, we will be taking an indefinite hiatus as we are all unsure of how to even move forward with this unsettling news. We wish everyone out there peace and love in this turbulent time. Shortly after the band's announcement, Corey comes out with an apology. How can one even begin to apologize for something so wrong and hurtful they've said? I am not here for forgiveness because what I've done is inexcusable. I am here to own up and take responsibility for my words. Respectable, slightly. But we still don't even fucking know what you said. So for the longest time, I never really considered the extent to which my words affected others. The things I've said were out of my own ignorance and insensitivity, but never out of malice. However, the sad truth is I said those things. That is my name. That is my number. These words in no way represent my family, friends, colleagues, or previous bandmates. To be honest, they don't represent who I am deep down either. As hard as that is to believe right now, they are, however, things that I've said and cannot take back. For those of you who I know that are angry, heartbroken, and shocked that I am capable of speaking in such a way, I am sorry. To be honest, I am just as ashamed and disgusted with myself as you are. I wish I could take back what I said. I wish I could personally apologize to each and every one of you and explain that this is not who I am or what I believe in. All I can do now is own up to the mistakes I've made. It's my responsibility and my responsibility alone to make amends for things that I've done. I'm here to listen, learn, reflect, and change. It's kind of forward thinking so far. It's hard to tell if any of this is genuine because it's all kind of thrown up into the interwebs. But still, like, there's no mention whatsoever of what he said that pissed everybody off. So there's that. That's one example of what's going on. We also have a case of Norma Jean, singer. Now, the weird thing about this is that apparently he has been doing this for a long time and has, I guess, something of a habit of pissing off libertarians or specifically targeting anybody with a slightly libertarian view. So don't even really know what to think about that. But let's get into this. Let's see what he had to say.
It's a waste of breath. That's what it is.
It feels like it. So let's see here. Norma Jean's vocalist Corey Brandon shared a GIF on oh my god, this fucking, I said GIF, but this GIF on Twitter over the weekend that was insensitive of the Black Lives Matter movement. I think that goes without saying. It was literally just a GIF that said blah blah blah. It's this right here. This shit right fucking here. I don't really think that you can apologize for that.
No.
No, like there's no kind of coming back from that. And it's hard to know where to continue on a story like this one. Members of Every Time I Die, Stick to Your Guns, and other bands spoke out about the post shortly afterwards. What band are they talking about? Oh, they're saying, hey, Every Time I Die and Death of the Party, please never tour or associate with this band again. So apparently they've been kind of having issues for a while now. So I guess Keith of Death of the After Party, whoever that might be, that ban has been in effect for a while now and will obviously continue. It Also, it will also be brought to the attention of any festival promoter that intends to include our bands on the same bill once touring resumes. Um, wow. I don't even really know what to say about this. Um, that was actually posted by a musician in the hardcore scene. You actually had to think about this and hit send. This tone deaf insensitivity is appalling. That's pretty well said.
Yeah.
Hey, Corey, I know that you are always trying to make it a point to own the libs, but you're a fucking punk bitch. Fuck you, fuck your band, fuck anyone who fucks with you. You're not welcome anywhere near my scene. You will fucking you fucking coward motherfucker. Fuck you. So I think that JessBarn5 at AOL.com is a little bit pissed. As is a lot of people on here. And seriously, the same tweet twice. Sick. All right. Here's the apology.
Bruh, we don't need to do an apology. Like,
I don't want to do it.
There's no, you can't do it. Like, fuck out of here. Oh my god.
We're gonna make his eyes roll out of his head. You guys ready for this? Monday in frustration about infighting. I was reading between groups with the same goal. Whoops. There we go. My bad. I posted a GIF without considering its context. A friend let me know the next day that it was similar to a Black Lives Matter graphic, hurting supporters of the movement, so I deleted it, but the damage was done. Are you really going there?
All right.
Are you really going there? Oh, man.
We done yet? We haven't even, this is like...
I hadn't been up late following conversations about Blackout Tuesday. I saw creators and supporters extremely divided in approach and was calling it a night. I flippantly, that's a word, searched blah, and I saw the scrolling GIF looking like the credits at the end of the movie. That GIF inspired my context. Roll credits to say, "Good night, I'm out." My ignorance to the GIF's reference is obvious to me now. That wasn't my intention.
Oh my fucking god.
I don't know, man. It's hard to say. I don't really buy it, but let us know what you think in the comments below. I think that would be an interesting conversation to start down there. But at the same time, I'm not buying this apology at all. He goes on to say,
shit.
It really ain't. Later that night, I retweeted a post from a supporter who was posting their frustrations with the Blackout Tuesday squares driving information off the Black Lives Matter feeds. This was all before the shit hit the fan on Tuesday with the screenshot of that GIF post. I know I should have shown my empathy rather than posting GIFs and retweets. Let me be clear, though. Black Lives Matter. I realize that there's no going back for some people, and I upset, and there's no amount of explaining that will undo their hurt. But please know that I would never have posted that GIF if I knew what it was being used for. I and many others in the country have a lot to learn. It's a fucking fact. I hope more will commit to that too. I understand how it looks in a review. God damn, I'm not going to keep fucking read this.
No,
this is still going.
I'm done with this guy.
This is still going. Fuck that. Fuck all of that. All I read was, "I'm sorry. I said how I really I love this comment.
I said how I really felt, and people called me out for it. So JK, don't cancel me, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So I've been checking out that Brutally Speaking podcast. That's another podcast that does something similar to what we do. Apparently, they were supposed to have him on their show for an interview right around the time that this got started, and when they went to hit him up because they were talking about it on the most recent episode of their podcast, and he goes, "So you still good to do that interview?" And he responds back with, "Didn't you know I got canceled? Didn't you hear I got canceled?" Oh my God.
I mean,
So needless to say, you won't be checking out that interview. Nah, you knew what you were doing. Don't backtrack now. Been a fan since '05, but I just can't anymore. A lot of people are going to be taking back their fanhood.
yeah, perhaps.
Don't show your face at Furnace Fest. I'm done with your band. You haven't been good since 2002 anyways.
Damn.
Fuck.
Damn.
Corey, if you're actually sorry, prove it with actual change in your actions. Historically, a lot of your comments came off as a right-wing troll account, which is pretty antithetical to a lot of what Black Lives Matter stands for. Facts. I DM'd him yesterday after everything went down. From what we discussed, I think he seriously wants to change and grow from this. I don't know, man. I'll give it time to see, but I'm not holding my breath. Like,
Nah, fam, I'm not. Nah.
you should honestly leave Norma Jean if you were sincere. That's a bit much. That's a bit much. I think he has a right to try to earn that respect back, but goddamn, is that going to be hard?
Yeah.
You're going to have to pull some like Tim Lambesis type shit. And he tried to kill his wife. All right, we're done with this article.
I'm gonna be like Kermit the Frog here. Not my business though.
But that's not my business though. You are the meme.
Yep.
Oh man. Going through and kicking out all of these bullshit articles. All right, there's only two more that we're going to talk about before we get into my favorite topic for today.
Topic's gonna be great.
Oh my God, it's going to be great. And we've got no idea what we're talking about when it comes to black metal, so that's going to be fun. Like if we talk to a serious black metal fan, they're not gonna have any idea like what we're talking. We're gonna have no idea what they're trying to say. But in any case,
Yeah.
now that I'm done stumbling over my words, let's talk about this. So the Ghost Inside part ways with their bassist Jim Riley. So this is a good example of them kind of taking it a little too far. As it is, I already kind of feel like the Ghost Inside has just like can't fucking catch a break.
No. They fucking can't.
Like, they just came back. They just came back.
Literally. With a banger album.
It was good. You heard it?
Fucking amazing.
Like,
Yeah.
at first I was weird about the cleans, but the cleans grew on me because they were placed pretty well, in my opinion.
And I'm like really listening to like fucking death metal lately. Like really hardcore into death metal right now.
It's weird. We're kind of going polarizing directions now. I've been listening to a lot of emo hip hop. Not so much metal lately.
See, like, I listen to that too, but it's like, I have to be in the mood now because every time I'm at my job, I just want to fucking kill something. So I just,
so
like,
death metal's appropriate.
Fuck yeah. I've been listening to Skinless. Like, that's one of my all-time favorites right now. Yeah,
really?
Dude.
That's fucking sick, dude. Proud of you.
I fucking love that
You've
band.
come a long
right
way,
now.
boy.
And I think Gruesome's a good band too. Gruesome's fucking gnarly.
Dude, send me some shit after this. I want to know what you're checking out now.
Yeah, I'll definitely send you some. I'll actually like screenshot the fucking death metal shit that I haven't listened to.
Cool. All right, let's get into this so we can hurry up and get out of it.
Yeah.
So as we know, Jim Riley has been canceled as well. He was accused of making some racist slurs 5 years ago, issued a statement on Twitter yesterday, but has now been departed from the band. The Ghost Inside was born from a scene of forward-thinking, understanding, and progressiveness, say TGI. Oh God, I can't say TGI without thinking TGI Fridays.
I hate you.
That sounds so trashy to say too, but I really can't even
I can't say TGI without
without the F.
TGI Fridays.
I fucking love you, pal.
You better put the F in TGI or get out of my place.
Gonna make TGI Fridays great again.
Shut the fuck up. All right, you ruined
TGI Fridays was never great.
it. No,
All
they
right.
really weren't.
Our music and message has always been one of hope and finding that light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, you might not want to find that light at the end of the tunnel. It might be the end of your story. But racism and
Wow.
well,
But
don't
you're right.
go to the light. Don't go to the light. But anyway, racism and bigotry of any kind stifle that journey and journey the light. Words. It closes and locks doors that need to be broken open. We've decided to part ways with the bassist Jim Riley. While we didn't hear these words spoken directly from his mouth, we did hear mutterings of the incident. See, this is what I mean about it kind of going too far. You hear like whispers of it and you're like ready to fucking boot the guy.
Mm.
This is an example to me of like cancel culture getting taken a little bit too far. Do I understand where they're coming from? Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't even like really give him a chance to defend himself.
Yeah.
All right, so let's keep going. All right. At the time, we thought this to just be a rumor, but it offended and hurt a community we are meant to bring together. We should have spoken up back then, and we didn't. We should have dug deeper. We acknowledge that we are silent, we are self-educating and growing and learning as individuals. We are here to say that as a band, we fully condemn racism and support the Black community in the fight against systemic racism. The tweet itself is this one right here. A nice little picture. So the allegations were made on social media by Rashad Jackson of the band Brace War. In a series of tweets, Jim said, Rashad called me out in 2015. I called him. He put the screws in me. I deserved it. And I apologized to him. He told me that wasn't good enough, and he was right. But what did you fucking say, dude?
Yeah, I like that. I'm thinking the worst. Like, if you say that, I'm thinking like you called him like with the hard R and shit like that. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Like, in order for it to be this unforgiving, it had to have been bad.
Like,
it's shameful and fucking embarrassing. I present myself as someone who always gives a shit about progressive moments and ideas, and I was not living up to that. Because of that conversation, I had to take a big fucking look in the mirror and recognize a lot of bullshit that I was selling myself. We should just be doing that regularly anyways, because that's a big part of like staying mentally healthy.
yeah.
I made too many excuses for being brought up without exposure to the Black experience. What? That sounds like some porn shit right there. I'm sorry. That maybe you should have gone with a different phrase there. And I should have been better. I make a conscious effort to purge stuff about myself that still sticks when I find it, and to be mindful that I'm just a passenger on someone else's ship in any movement related to Black lives. Well, yes, that's kind of just a given. I'm sorry, I know that's not enough. I'm still going to keep doing the work that might still not be enough. I'm going to do it anyway. So, looks like there's a screenshot of the tweet itself. The departure of Jim comes one day after the Ghost Inside released their 5th studio album. It's the first music from the Ghost Inside since the devastating bus crash that left 2 dead and the band seriously injured. So, in case you didn't know what I meant when I said that this band can't fucking catch a break, they just came back. They just came back after all that shit. So, There's that.
Yeah. But check out the album though. It's fucking lit.
Still check out that album. Still support that band. They're still great guys. Yeah.
No.
Now we got some Burials. Burials, if you don't know, and you like hardcore, you should know. Because these guys are a great fucking hardcore band. Easily one of the most aggressive. Fuck you for auto-rotating.
I love that shit.
Get that shit out of there. All right. So, ex-Burials frontman calls out band over the use of a racial slur. Great. A day after Phil... What was that?
He said, great.
Yeah. A day after Philadelphia hardcore and metal band Burials issued a shirt to benefit causes associated with Black Lives Matter, former vocalist Travis Tabron responded by asking the group if they were done using the N-word. God damn.
I gotta get up. I gotta get up.
Oh, man. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm literally zooming in on that comment.
Holy
right there.
Shit. All right. Oh, my God. It gets better.
So the official Burials post was no justice, no peace. Available until June 8th. 100% of the proceeds from the shirt, as well as everything else on our Shopify store, will be going to the Bail Project and Campaign Zero. Black Lives Matter and police brutality, and then links. The shirt itself.
I just love how his name is Black and Beautiful. The guy that wrote that.
Yeah.
Black is
Isn't
Beautiful.
that great?
What the fuck?
Black is beautiful. That's great. I love that. But the shirt itself, pretty sick shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Oop. There we go.
There you go.
Although it's missing a lot. I feel like it's way too simple. But
I feel like you could definitely have more.
But that's just me being nitpicky about the shirt design. Subsequently, subsequently, while he waited until months after leaving the band to come forward, Tabron had this to say. Okay, that is a fair response, though. I mean, everybody's kind of going after everybody right now for this shit. Not that it doesn't make sense. They should still be called out, but, like, where were you months ago? Listen, I
can't get over that one.
No, it's a tough one.
That's tough. That's tough.
Listen, I'm not telling him to not be mad. It's just like, why wait so long to come out about it after you quit the band and didn't get paid for something you weren't on? It's fair to say that he's salty.
Yeah.
Because as a Black person, it is extremely disgusting to see people pretend to care by making a charity shirt when they used to literally bust out in tears, laughing, saying hard R in the van. Fuck. Also because of people like you that would say it's somehow my fault. Fuck.
We're treading on thin ice here.
I know.
We're treading on really thin ice.
I was not prepared to go this deep today.
I didn't even think this article would have been good.
This is not the article I thought was going to be good. I thought it was going to be The Ghost Inside or Norma Jean, where, for some mysterious reason, what he said is fucking gone. This one fucking goes in. All right, so we got a two-part thread here. Trav, why'd you wait until just now to say that about Burials? Because it's gross to see people that used to bust out in literal tears when one of them would say the N-word, make a charity shirt to support a cause. Next line is, I heard you were trying to get paid for a tour you didn't do. Actually, they tried to get me to sign over 25% of my ownership of the company for free as the dude who Wrote virtually everything. I'd be a dumbass to do that. Asked for 2K, got offered 200. Damn.
Yeah,
And,
it's a rip.
and before you go, ooh, maybe that's all they had, we made over 1,200 to 1,500 a day. And before you think that that's a lot of money, also keep in mind that has to be split between 4 to 5 people. And just something to keep in mind. So I don't give a shit if I seem like a salty ex-boyfriend, because under these circumstances, yes, I am fucking salty. And I'm fucking pissed that I didn't say shit about the N-word shit sooner, because I don't owe any of y'all a fucking apology. Shouldn't have made the shirt.
Jesus.
All the proceeds go to a good cause, and weren't you the one talking shit about growth? So why make a big deal out of a t-shirt? Why does he need to explain himself? Why? This is
I don't know,
self-explanatory. Oh my god.
It's amazing, dude.
The metal community, I just want to tell you, your true colors are showing, and it's not looking very good for us right now. It's been less than 2 months since the last documented incident, dog. You can't change that fast. Damn. God damn. So I guess think twice before you support Varials, but I would like to hear what other people have to say about that. Obviously, there's 2 sides to every story, so let's take this with a grain of salt. But I mean, come on. You go around saying hard R, N-word, and you think that that's funny? Like, that's not fucking cool at all.
Jesus Christ.
All right, I'm done with this shit. On to the final topic. Now,
speaking of, you know what's funny? Black Lives Matter. There is a protest going on like for like 20 minutes away from my house right now.
seriously?
Yeah.
Huh.
My sister just texted me about it.
That's dope.
She was like, "Hey, you want to join it?" I was like, maybe. Depends on how late this is.
Shit. I'll just go over this one really quick. I forgot that I was going to talk about this, but apparently Misha Mansour from Periphery is going to release 10 Bulb albums. 10.
Damn.
How? First of all, how? How did he have 10 articles just ready to go? So Bulb is known within guitar. Yeah, obviously, if you know about Periphery, you know how well known he is for what he does. But this is fucking amazing. Apparently, this is a band that was around before Periphery. All right, so founding member of Periphery and one of modern rock music's most revered guitar players is slated to release a 10-album collection over the next 4 months, documenting his pre-Periphery solo project. So that's what that's about. So that's fucking sick.
Yeah, that's sick. I didn't. My sister's in it right now. What the fuck?
She's in it?
All right. Yeah, she's been in there for like 3:30.
Since 3:30?
Right. Yeah. It's 5:30 practically.
So we didn't really talk about this, but like the protest in Troy that happened yesterday.
Oh,
super peaceful. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
There were some people arrested for illegally carrying handguns, but nothing happened. It was very peaceful. So I'm glad. I'm glad for that. I'm proud of Troy.
Yeah.
I'm proud of not really my hometown, but I'm proud of the city I currently live in. Because lately shit's been wildin', and that was pretty nice.
Yeah.
With these parties and firecrackers until 2 or 3 in the morning. But yeah, that was fucking cool. All right. Now that we've talked about Periphery, let's talk about corpse paint. Who really fucking invented corpse paint? So this is going to be a weird one. All right. So we already see King Diamond right there. King Diamond, Immortal, and I think that's one of the guys from Euronymous' band. Dead, right? I'm pretty sure that's Dead. Anyway, in episode 16 of Loudwire's ongoing 50 years of heavy metal video series, we explore who really invented corpse paint. Though synonymous with black metal's second wave that emerged primarily in Norway, the concept of face painting within rock and metal confines was hardly groundbreaking, making it difficult to define exactly who should get credit for this ever popular aesthetic. Interesting. All right. The term corpse paint itself invokes a bit of a mystery and has proven to be especially confusing to those not familiar with black metal. All right. Nobody was painting dead bodies, but late Mayhem singer, better known as his alias Dead, was indeed painting himself to make it appear that he was a dead body. So if you haven't checked out, what was that movie called again?
I will take this awkward moment of silence to mention that black metal matters. Just thought everybody should know. Where is it? I know I liked it. What the fuck? It's like on the tip of my tongue, dude. I fucking hate when this happens.
Something Chaos.
Lords of Chaos. Boom.
Yeah,
fucking
Lords of Chaos.
Done.
See, I liked it, but it fucking... But it got rid of it off my likes for some reason.
That's weird.
Okay. Yeah, unless it got taken down, which I could see.
It got canceled.
Which I can see it being
canceled.
taken down.
Like everything else. All right. As his name suggested, the singer who infamously died of suicide after shooting himself in the head following an act of self-mutilation.
Oh, yeah.
Projected the image of death. All right. So that happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most brutal album cover ever. Although I think there's something severely wrong with posting a picture of your supposedly dead best friend, as your album art.
Yeah.
And
cool. He still had PTSD about it. So it's like, why? Whatever. I don't know. It's
all in the name of being brutal.
Yeah.
Great metal lore, though. Got to admit that. All right. So what makes Dead's makeup design so different than those who came before them, such as Arthur Brown, Alice Cooper, Kiss, King Diamond, Celtic Frost, and others? So wait a minute. These all came before him. Interesting. But to be fair, I don't know if King Diamond was doing, I don't know. Kiss, on the other hand, that's the closest I can think of that's similar to black metal.
Yeah. When it comes to face paint, yeah.
Yeah. Full face paint had been used plenty of times before Norwegian black metal co-opted it for their own purposes, which, when coupled with pseudonyms, completed an act of transformation in what is an intense subgenre deeply intertwined with personal belief systems and philosophies, typically either satanic or pagan, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Typically, makeup was an element of theater, an element to visually enhance the show. This brings us back to the initial question, which we answer with the help of Mayhem's Necro Butcher, Immortal Legend Abath, Down of Crowbars, Down and Crowbars Kirk Winstein, as well as the author and journalist John Widerhorn. Yeah, so apparently it's a fucking video, and they're not gonna just straight up answer that. So
the video was kind of useless.
9 minutes long, too. Great clickbait, though. Great
Yeah.
clickbait. If you haven't,
Like, if you don't know like the history of Mayhem, then the band Mayhem, then you can watch the video. But
watch the video, you might learn something about the band. For us, it was kind of useless because we kind of knew all that information already.
yeah,
But once you get to the last 15 seconds of the video, they come right out and say, yeah, that ownership belongs to Dead from Mayhem. So it's hard to argue otherwise. I'm sure there's other people that feel very strongly otherwise about that. And if you are one of those people, I'd love to hear your feedback. So you know what to do. DM us on Instagram. Comment below. This is just so fun to do. Comment below what you think. And there's always emailing us at thenewmusicpodcast@gmail.com. So yeah, that ends this week's episode of the New Music Podcast. I hope you enjoyed this video format, and if you're listening to us in audio format, definitely check us out on the YouTube channel. Show some love and a subscribe. That would really help out our channel, help us grow. And if you are on a podcast platform where you can give a rating, I would really, really appreciate a rating. So help us get put in front of other people so we can continue to grow this podcast and make it into something special. Did I miss anything, Kyle?
I don't think so. Follow the Instagram, like the Facebook, do all that shit.
I managed to forget the Facebook group pretty often. Yeah.
And just share it everywhere. Share the shit everywhere.
Yeah. I would love to see the Facebook group kind of be self-sufficient. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Seeing as I kind of have to run the Twitter, the Facebook, the YouTube. Help your mans out, please. Busting my ass for this shit. Thanks again for tuning into the New Music Podcast. We fucking love you. Worship you. Anything else we should say before we get the fuck out of here?
Black Lives Matter.
Yes. It feels so obvious, but it's not. So wear that flag proudly. And playlists. We've been doing playlists lately. I'll put a link into the description for this one as well. But yeah, we're gonna do kind of like a playlist for music that came out in one chunk, like in 1 month. So we have a playlist out right now that's just for what music came out in May of 2020. I'm working on the June of 2020 playlist now, and as themes come up, I'll just come up with one. Like I've got a coronavirus one. I've got a fuck police brutality one. Yeah, that one's cool. A lot of cool shit on that one. A lot of songs that you wouldn't quite expect to be fuck the police, but they are. So yeah. Some of them are subtle. Some of them are just literally kill all cops.
Yeah.
There's really no
there's no in between
that one. So yeah. Thanks again, and bye-bye.
Bye.